It's mailbag time here on the channel. Let's answer some questions and respond to some hot takes from our subscribers. Every single week, we go live on Mondays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Time, so be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you can be a part of the next live Q&A. First one coming in from a legend of our mailbags, Jaden Barden. Where do you rank the Saints right now in the NFL after 2 games so far? And F the Falcons and Falcons fans. Who dat? Alrighty, I am going to put them in more of a range just because it's kind of hard to give them an exact number. I would say anywhere from 23 to 26. I think 23 to 26, kind of the mid-20s is 20. I'll say 23 to 27. I think that's where they're at. Because I think in terms of teams that are worse, definitely the Browns. Definitely the Dolphins. I mean, shoot, they're about to fire their head coach if they haven't already by the time we post this. Mike McDaniel at risk of getting canned. So Browns, Dolphins, Giants, although they put up a lot of points, still can't win football games. I'd rather be a Saints type bad than the Giants or a Bears type bad where there's high expectations now. Like, I'd rather be Saints bad where there's not expectations and you're playing surprisingly well than you're playing bad and your expectations that you would be playing better. Also, I think the Panthers are horrible. They're a worse team. I feel like I'm missing a few. Titans, yeah, definitely the Titans. I mean, so what? That's 5 teams, so 28 is kind of where that lands you. 27 is where it lands you. So I think around in that conversation is a good spot to put it. Appreciate that question, Jaden. Thank you for tuning in. In your opinion, do you think Rattler looks like he could potentially be our QB of the future? I think the question itself is, does he look like he could potentially be the QB of the future? I'm going to say yes, because the question is, could he potentially be it? He does look like he could potentially be the QB of the future. I think it's an interesting situation to monitor because obviously the Saints did draft Tyler Shough in the 2nd round. Jay Malfair saying I'd put the Raiders in the Bengals without Burrow might be, I don't know. Long story short, the Saints are not the worst team in football. I think that the Saints have done enough I think Rattler's done enough to continue to buy him more time, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's been elite. I think that there's this weird idea out there that if we're saying he's playing good football, we're saying that he's the best quarterback in the league. That's not at all true. And it's actually such a brain dead thing to be like, well, if he's playing good, he has to be the best, and you're an idiot because he's not the best quarterback in the league. It's like, okay, shut up, sit down, let me educate you. Spencer Rattler has not been the problem of the team. Spencer Rattler has actually been one of the bright spots of this roster. And if you hate that, there's clearly a deeper reason why, and it's not just because you want your quarterback to fail. No team should want their quarterback to genuinely fail. That's just ridiculous. Lopez, I'm going to bring you on because I could talk about this all day, but I think that Rattler has shown potential to be the guy. I'm not saying he is the guy. I'm just answering the question for what it is. Does he look like he could potentially be the QB? Yeah, I think he has looked potentially like a QB of the future.
I will say, coming into the season, I didn't know how much I was going to buy into Spencer Rattler. After 2 weeks, I'm not going to say I'm fully bought in. I'm a lot more comfortable.
That's a great point. It's like, and remember, everyone was saying he was the worst quarterback in football. Everyone was saying he was number 32. Other publications were not even including him in the quarterback rankings. Like they were just outright disrespectful to him. But you are clearly seeing that Spencer Rattler is playing decent football. Like, he has not been he has had no moments where you're like, yeah, he needs to go, dude. He is not it. That hasn't happened yet. He's been okay.
People are going to hate this word, and they're going to be like, oh, you're saying Spencer Rattler sucks. No. When I say this, he's doing what the offense is asking of him. He is a game manager right now for the Saints. Mm-hmm. He is not losing games for the Saints. Mm-hmm. He is rookie year Brock Purdy, where the 49ers are letting him go, and he's just not causing them to lose.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I mean, like, he has not been the reason that the Saints have lost games. Spencer Rattler actually has been part of the reason why you've been able to keep drives alive and keep things moving. He's used his legs well. He's thrown the ball well. I think they need to open up the offense a little bit more, encourage those explosive plays, get more of those deep shots. And I think all in all, this offense has been fine. And it could definitely be better, though. Like, I want it clear. I'm not saying that he has been amazing and there's nothing I would do differently. He's been good. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been elite. But he hasn't been terrible. And there's this narrative out there that he has been terrible, and I'm tired of it. Bayou Bandit, I think we should. Oh, and by the way, I already know people in the comments tying, you guys are just Rattler lovers. You know how dumb y'all sound when you say that kind of shit? It's so annoying. I think we should trade Olave so we can pay Shaheed and get a real wide receiver one. Okay. This one's kind of crazy. Like, I'll first open it up to you guys. Do you think Olave is a wide receiver one? Do you think he's a true wide receiver one? I think he can be. But I also think it's fair to say he might be more of a 1A or like a 1B kind of guy. Like, I think if you had, like, I think for him, Chris Olave, great stuff here, Lopez. I think Chris Olave, if you wanted to put this in Kellen Moore terms, is like Devontae Smith. And I think you need your A.J. Brown. Like, that's just in my opinion here. Is Chris Olave a wide receiver one material? Yes or no? I think he can be, but we'll have to see. Should we trade Olave? Look, you picked up his fifth-year option. You're going to need to pay him at some point, but you do need to pay Rashid Shaheed at some point too. And so I'm in the camp of no, I wouldn't trade him yet. I probably wouldn't trade him at all. And you guys are going to hate me for saying this. I might revisit this, though, at the trade deadline. Like, let's say the Saints don't have a single win going to the trade deadline. I am not going to shy away from somebody offering a second or a third round pick for Chris Olave. Like, if that happens, I'm like, I'm not saying I do it. I am saying I would think about it, though. I don't want to. I'm not vouching to trade him. And for what it's worth, I don't know if his trade value has gone up or down in the last few months, but I'm going to say I disagree. I don't think we should trade Olave right now. Maybe I revisit this at a later date. We'll have to see here. Alrighty, before we continue with more questions, comments, hot takes, and everything in between from you at home, we got to tell you about today's presenting sponsor, and that is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in the whole wide world. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. I keep telling Maddie, hey, I love you. You're always right. Download PrizePicks. We can finally start making some money with you knowing things. You know, it's crazy how that works out. Don't miss out on any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. For this weekend, I'm rolling with the fun little lineup. 2 demon selections. Chris Olave, JSN, both find the end zone once. Both of them make me some money. And I'm going to be rolling with these picks this weekend. If you want to fade them, if you want to tell them, don't care what you do. Just make sure you do it over on PrizePicks. You can check out projections for Spencer Rattler, Alvin Kamara, Blake Grupe, Carl Granderson, or any other player on the Saints roster. PrizePicks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. They even offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this season. By the way, PrizePicks also offers injury reboots, meaning if one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks will not count it as a loss. So download the PrizePicks app today, use code CLNS, and you will get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use that code to take advantage of the deal for Saints Now by Chat Sports viewers. Be sure to download PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. All that information is in the comments or description of this video. Okay. Hot take, Saints should also give playtime to Moliki Matavao. Okay, here's the thing. I actually, Chriselle, 100% agree with you. Listen to this. ESPN has Moliki Matavao listed at 6'8", 263 pounds. I'm going to do some research here. Jimmy Graham, Saints legend, player we all love. 6'7", 265 pounds. Did you just make a 6'7" joke? God, I can't do it with you guys. I can't do it with these young kids anymore, guys. All right, Jimmy Graham. 6'7", 265 pounds. Moliki Matavao, 6'8", 263 pounds. I think if you were to do anything, it would be give Moliki Matavao red zone opportunities. I think he needs to be on the field in the red zone. I think him and Devaughn Vele should be on the field. If not both of them are not on the field, what the hell are you doing? Like, those are your two tallest pass catchers. Why would you not put them on the field? Why would they not be out there? If not both. And Juwan Johnson has some size too. He has the athletic ability. He is a former wide receiver, so he knows how to go and get the ball and climb the ladder and make those plays. But I'm here to tell you right here, right now, I could not agree with you more, Chriselle. Moliki Matavao needs to be getting looks in the red zone. What do you think of Quincy Riley starting over Isaac Yiadom for the rest of the season? Look, I don't think that Isaac Yiadom needs to be playing much more football, to be totally honest. So I'm going to bring up this point, and I want to make it explicitly clear, just because you could potentially get a comp pick, that is not a reason to make decisions. You do not make roster decisions based off of potential comp picks. I want that explicitly clear. I am not saying because you could get a comp pick, he needs to get off the field. That is not it. It is simply something to consider. It's something to think about. I would much rather watch a rookie go through growing pains than a 27-plus-year-old cornerback struggle. Because the rookie has upside, the rookie has playmaking abilities, the rookie has energy, swagger, confidence, and a lot of things that the New Orleans Saints defense is missing. And you're not getting that out of Isaac Yiadom. So I think that Quincy Riley does need to get on the field sooner rather than later. I'd like to see his snap count increase. I don't know if it's starting necessarily. I don't know if it's just getting more snaps. I don't care really what it is, but the Saints need to start reeling back Isaac Yiadom and letting Quincy Riley off the leash in that same sentiment. The Oklahoma Rattlesnake, Spencer Rattler's burner. Is Tyler Shough's timeline being pushed back? So hold on. I have to kind of think about how I want to answer this, because my immediate reaction was, yeah, it is, because he's playing good football. But I also want to sit here and say, remember, Kellen Moore was very apparent with media and very straightforward, saying that Spencer Rattler was their guy for the season, and they're not going to do the whole back and forth thing. Rattler's the quarterback. Shough's going to continue to develop. So I think for the game plan that Kellen Moore had, it always was Shough sits and waits and develops so he can eventually take the field. I think that was always the plan there. But Rattler has been impressive, and he has been playing good football. So I think he's been surprisingly better than what I anticipated he would be doing. So I don't think it's absolutely outlandish to say that the timeline's being pushed back, but I also want to say, I think the timeline was always he will start later this year or next season, and Rattler was always going to get the starting snaps. I think that was always going to be the case unless Tyler Shough absolutely ran away with it in the summer. Doty Vision, what up, brother? What up, legend? Do you think Devaughn Vele usage has been low because of him being added late, and his usage will be ramped up as he learns the offense? Last on Vele, do you think he replaces Cooks at the wide receiver 3? All right, I'll go from 1, 2, and 3. Do I think that his usage has been down because he was added late? Yes. He needs to learn the playbook, needs to learn his assignments, needs to develop chemistry with the roster, but also with the quarterback. Number 2, usage will be ramped up as he learns the offense. Yes, I think that will continue to go up. I think every week we'll see more and more and more reps from him. For what it's worth, in week 1, was not a starter, didn't get a ton of reps. Week 2, he was out there to start the game, which is pretty interesting. Last one on Vele, do you think he replaces Cooks as the wide receiver 3? I do think that is where this offense is headed. Obviously, Brandon Cooks is a veteran in this league. Devaughn Vele, although he is not a young player in terms of his age, he's young in his experience in the National Football League, and I think that he is somebody who definitely will be more and more featured in this offense. Wide receiver 3, though, also want to consider maybe Jalen Polk. Remember, the Saints traded for him from the New England Patriots. He's on IR, won't be available till next year, so Polk/Vele, wide receiver 3, I think that's where this offense is headed. The Jonas brothers, not Jonas because it's Jonas Sanker. That picture is actually so funny, dude. Granderson will be top 5 in sack production this year. That's bold. That's awfully bold. Right now, he's tied for first. So I'm going to pull up the sack leaders. Hold on. Let me pull this. NFL sack. I'm going to go through just like the full list of them. Because I know we have a graphic of it. But Myles Garrett, Harold Landry, Carl Granderson, all tied for first in sack production. Tied for fourth, you see on your screen, Brian Burns, Jonah Labubu, as I like to call him, and Byron Young. At seventh, you have Rashawn Gary of the Packers with 2.5. At eighth, tied for eighth, you have a bunch of names. I'm just going to rip through them all. Calais Campbell, Daniil Hunter, Javon Hargrave, Trey Hendrickson, Bradley Chubb, Drew Tranquil, Justin Stranad, Dorrance Armstrong, Ndami Matabuke, Nick Bosa, Milton Williams, Diane Henley, Will McDonald, Devontae Wyatt, and Will Anderson Jr. And then, tied for 23rd, you have Cam Jordan, La'Von Chason, Micah Parsons, Kayvon Thibodeau, Zach Harrison, Brandon Dorless, all with 1.5. So fun fact, Micah Parsons and Cam Jordan have the same amount of sacks. Fun fact, even more fun fact, Carl Granderson leads the NFL in sack production and is second in pressures this year. I think that that's actually not like the craziest take to say. Like, if he is playing at this rate and he continues this level of production, then yeah, he will be in the upper echelon of pass rushers. So I think it's something that definitely could happen. We'll see, obviously, what does end up happening, but Carl Granderson, I think, could have a really, really big year. Now, I want you to get in the comment section, shout out your CFB team. We're filming this on Thursday. My Arkansas Razorbacks take on the Memphis Tigers. It's a little bit of a personal game, though. My little brother, Brendan Lewis, he's the quarterback of Memphis. He was the quarterback in high school at Melissa High School for the Cardinals. My little brother was his center, so it's kind of a personal game. It's a little bit fun to see a guy that I know personally taking on my college football team as a quarterback. So I want to hear from you. What's your CFB team? Are you Tulane? Are you LSU? Are you a FSU fan? Are you a Georgia fan? Are you a, I don't know. Am I missing any other crazy schools? God forbid you're an Auburn fan. Don't even think about being an Auburn fan, huh?
Go Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously LSU. Lopez is an LSU guy. If you are a Texas A&M fan, go ahead and delete your channel and never come and watch the show again because Texas A&M is a cult, and I cannot stand that stupid school. All right, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. That way you never miss any content. We go live 3 times a week nowadays. We put out videos 2 times a day, and then on top of that, short-form content as well. So you do the math. It's a lot of content, and you don't want to miss any of it. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and y'all stay golden. We will see you next time.